And we're in business. Y'all ready to travel?
Okay.
That hurt my knee.
That's what you get for extreme vlogging.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to Four Who Explore. We're a family of four who travel around the world and explore off the beaten path places and awesome adventures, meeting new friends, having lots of fun. So thank you so much for tuning in. And in this episode,
We will be sharing our experience in Moalboal, Cebu, Philippines. So stay tuned.
you're not gonna wanna miss it. Don't forget, subscribe, hit that notification button so that you get word of all of our new videos. We put out new videos every Friday. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're just getting started, so I know we've got a long way to go, but we are so grateful that you're here watching and following along. And here's Cebu. Here is Moalboal. Boom. First off, I know this audio is going to be tough because it's windy. We have spent the last almost hour walking around trying to find a place to film right now, and sometimes it is not easy. So we really had a fun time in Moalboal, but we didn't really get to see much of the city. We were so consumed with diving, and we spent a lot of time at the Belgian Dive Resort. And part of the reason is where we stayed was close to White Beach, which is a little bit north of the main town area. So we really didn't get to see much of the restaurants. There were very few, and on this episode we're actually gonna show you our journey trying to get to one, which is how we ended up at the Belgian Dive Resort. You know, sometimes I just believe in kismet, that it was meant to be that way, and this was totally one of those experiences where we did not end up where we were trying to go, and it was absolutely meant to be.
I think the restaurant that we were originally going to, it's Island Life. It's, on Google Maps or whatever we try to look on, said that it was going to be open at the time that we decided to have breakfast or lunch, but it wasn't island time. So one of the other locals along the path recommended Asian Belgian to us, and he said go down this path, and so we went down this winding path, and it opened up to one of the most beautiful pinch me moment views that I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah.
And this is really I never told you, but it is where I had a shift in my soul. Like, how can I experience more of this in my life? Type of moments. I would love to stay there again, actually. And not again, but I would like to stay at the Asian Belgian if we ever visit Moalboal again.
Yeah.
It is a really special property. It's not huge, it's really intimate, very cute. At the time of our visit, you were able to get, so I guess you were able to get a oceanfront bungalow for less than $90 a night. Right on the ocean. You can literally, your backyard is the ocean, and just like have a morning dip in the ocean. It's so gorgeous, so beautiful. The reef is shallow enough where you can walk out, what is that, like a quarter, eighth a mile, and you'll still be like what, up to your...
Yeah, so it's a really shallow, I mean, you'll see in this clip, look at how the reef goes out and then just suddenly drops off, and it just gets to this dark blue. But up until then is the top of the reef, and that whole way out to there, when the tide recedes, it recedes all the way down to there.
Yeah. And the staff, so we did have a good meal. It wasn't crowded when we went. I think we went at a really good time because a lot of the guests who did stay there were on tour, like doing a diving tour, doing a snorkeling tour. So we basically had the restaurant to ourselves. And so we sat at the prime spot, which is a bungalow, or not a bungalow, a gazebo an oceanfront gazebo. And so that's where we had lunch. And the staff was really friendly, so nice, and the food was delicious.
So the Asian Belgian Dive Resort ended up being such a great place. It was kind of our home base, even though we didn't stay there. And we spent a lot of time there. And the kids, while we were diving, where we did stay at Tin Can Alley, they had two one was a daughter and the other was a cousin, who watched the girls, and the mother who ran the hostel or hotel, she helped out, and it was great. The girls had such a blast. Genevieve was talking about how she was a big girl because she got to play with the big girls, and they would take her and walk her down to the store, and they just had so much fun playing with these girls. And it was great because that was one of the first times that Joanne had been away from Paulina. And so it was really good for Paulina and Genevieve to have some separation and have fun with some younger kids. So they really enjoyed that.
We stayed in a little town called Saavedra, and it's a cute little town, and we had a really cute routine. Like, me and the girls would wake up really early and walk to the market, and you'd pass a cow, you'd pass a goat. It was really cute, like cute little country beach life. It was nice.
Yeah, and the one hard part is that because of that area, especially that White Beach, that region, the whole area up there, there are not a lot of food options. And because of that, we definitely had some trouble one night where I didn't have enough money with me, and I got one meal. The place right next door to Tin Can Alley, they had really good food. The thing was, they said they were open until 10. The first time I went at 9:45, they said the kitchen's closed. The next time I went at 9:30, they said the kitchen's closed.
Island life.
Island life. That 10 o'clock is when they're already in bed at home, I think. That's So, that being said, the food was really good, but just beware, you got to make sure that you got your food early enough, because one night we had to walk up to the kind of general store and just eat snacks because it was too late to get any food where we were, and it was very difficult to get a pedicab in that area at night.
If you are really into scuba diving, Moalboal is a prime dive spot, and that was our primary goal. So touring the town was an afterthought. I would go back for the diving. I can easily spend another 3 to 5 days just diving and snorkeling.
It is a must. Seeing the sardine run, it was unbelievable. It is literally so hard for your brain to wrap around that many fish around you. It's like a cloud over you sometimes. And it really, as Joanne said, it's right off the beach. It's right there. Kids are snorkeling. There's people snorkeling up top. There's divers underneath. And it goes on for so long. I mean, we were down at that level for at least 30 minutes continuing. There were fish the whole way, a cloud of fish, not just like a couple, a cloud of fish. And I don't know exactly how long that stretch of fish goes, but I was told that there's over 10 million sardines in that shoal, so wow.
Also, it's sensory overload when you go scuba diving, because not only did we experience the huge shoal of sardines, I saw a little bit bigger fish. It was like a smaller shoal of mackerel, maybe?
I can't remember, yeah.
I'm
going to show it. Yeah. If you know what type of fish these are, please comment below. Let us know what type of fish that is. Because there were a few pockets of these fish as well in there. I know they're some sort of a bait fish as well, but I'm not positive exactly what.
I was literally eyeball to eyeball with these fish. It was awesome. So not only did I get to experience that, or we got to experience that, and then all of the beautiful turtles, and then you had the reef cliffs, but just littered with gorgeous coral. And it was just like, where do I look? Where do I look? Where do I look? Anyway, that's how beautiful it is there. I would recommend it. That's So hopefully,
Really recommend it.
thank you so much. If you have watched this far, you get a huge thank you and lots of love from us.
Find us on our other platforms. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, all at For Who Explore.
We appreciate your time. Stay tuned for our next episode next Friday.
Every Friday, new videos.
We'll see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you for watching.